Previously on Future Pilot 901.
Visibility from the tower.
5k or less.
Okay, thanks very much. 5k or less, back we go.
Brother, back in a Cessna.
I know, right? Yeah. How does it feel?
It feels like a Cessna.
Hold on, 0-1, listen, wind's calm.
Surface wind calm, how about that?
What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gents, aviators and aviation enthusiasts? This is Future Pilot 901, and things are about to get very, very interesting.
I'm happy to go around on this one. I don't feel stabilised.
Engine failure. Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Chill out, mate.
So 2 lessons ago, when my circuit session got cancelled, my instructor gave me a list of things to do before I could go on my first solo. Now, the first solo is something that's very exciting for all student pilots. In fact, all the pilots I speak to tell me that it's an experience you never, ever forget. So this year, that was my big goal, to go first solo. It's the first time you get to taxi onto the runway without your instructor sitting next to you to give you tips on the flight or to be your safety net. So you go onto the runway and you're taking off for the first ever time with just you in the aircraft, and you realize as you soar into the beautiful skies that if you get this wrong, you're in the deepest and darkest of doo-doos. That for me is an exciting prospect, being able to take more responsibility. In fact, that's the whole point of training. As you go through flight training, you're picking up more and more responsibility as your skill increases. So once I got that list, I got to work. Outside of my flying lessons, 2 major things I had to get out of the way before I could ever go on my first solo. 1, airlaw exam, and 2, to get my class 2, at least the class 2 medical. Now, airlaw exam, did that from the beginning, before my first lesson. Boom, smashed it, 100%. Say something. Something. Say less. So I did my theory exams the other day, and I passed. Second thing, medical. Now I knew that I would sort that out a little bit closer towards my solo, so I left that for a little while until more recently. That's when I got my class 2 medical done. Pretty easy, went there, got my medical at the end of the examination. Boom, got it, bish bash bosh, Bob's your uncle. Say something else. Something else. All right, say nothing. Oh yeah. I pretty much use the checklist every single lesson, so cross that off. Stalling. 2 hours of stall spin awareness. I tell you what, that stalling lesson was a slippery son of a wing. Was the hardest lesson I've ever had, apart from being battered by crosswinds.
Hey, bit of right rudder, pull back.
But we got through it, cross it off. Now, when it comes to aircraft systems, I studied aircraft general, got that done, cross it off. Engine fires, well, You pretty much just have to memorize it from the checklist and then be ready to do it in the moment. Done. Cross it off. Next, radio failure. Not a problem. Just squawk 7600 and Northfield is air ground anyway. You don't need clearance to land. Just look out and come in and land and then sort it out afterwards. So cross that off. Now, when it comes to diversions, that was an interesting one. We got Stapleford south of North Weald. So if there's a problem and the runway is closed, I was just told, look, just keep circling at 1200 feet, which is the circuit pattern altitude, and then just diagnose the problem. Do you need to wait a little bit longer, or is it closed all day? If it's closed all day, then you can divert south of North Weald down to Stapleford and join in. That's another thing crossed off as far as I'm concerned. All right, so I'm making progress here. All right, making progress. And then we get to the really, really interesting parts now. When it comes to flapless approach, already did that last lesson. So here we go.